poem that I memorized a few years ago when I was probably in 9th grade. But it was a poem that touched my heart. And what is sad is that they didn't know who wrote it. They had no idea. The author the poet was unknown, whether a man or a woman. But it was a very touching poem, and I think they probably wrote it in the 1800s, and they should have been up there with Longfellow and the rest of them. So in honor of her, but also of the soup kitchen, I would like to do this poem. The woman was old and ragged and gray, and bent with the chill of the winter day. The street was wet with the recent snow, and the woman's feet were aged and slow. She stood at the crossing and waited long, alone, uncared for, amidst the throng of the many people who passed her by, and none heeded that glance of the anxious eye. But then down the street with laughter and shout, glad with the freedom of school left out, came some boys like a flock of sheep, hailing the snow pile white and deep. Past that woman so old and gray hastened the children on their way, nor offered a helping hand to her, so meek, so timid, she was afraid to stir, lest the carriage wheels or the horse's feet would knock her down in that slippery street. But alas came one of the merry troop, the gayest laddie of all the group. He paused beside her, and he whispered low, "I'll help you across if you wish to go." Her aged hand on his strong young arm she placed, and so without hurt or harm, he guided her trembling feet along, proud that his own were firm and strong. Then back again to his friends he went, his young heart happy and well content. She's somebody's mother, boys, you know, for all she's aged and poor and slow. And somebody's mother bowed low her head in her home that night, and the prayer she said was, "God, be kind to that noble boy who's somebody's son and pride and joy." And you know, this was titled Somebody's Mother, but it also could have been Somebody's Son. But you know, we have in Tunkhannock, but also in the United States of America, people who have a heart like this boy to be a helper. He was one that stood up and said, "I'll help you across." We've got Soup Kitchen in Tunkhannock with people and volunteers and givers that are there to say, "I'll help you, I'll give you a hand, I'll help you." But all over the United States, we've got people that have soup kitchens and food pantries. They've got shelters for homeless. We see people that say, "Hi, we're going to do a marathon for somebody with spinal problems so that goes for research." You've got people that volunteer money, that open their pocketbooks. I am glad that I'm a citizen of the United States. I don't think there's a better country, a more giving country, or more giving people than people in the United States of America that step up when there's a flood, when there's a fire, when there's catastrophes and tornadoes, and when there's need of a Thanksgiving meal or a soup kitchen. Thanks, you know, to all people that volunteer money, energy, time, because in as much, Jesus said, "As you've done it unto one of the least of these, you've done it unto me."